Say no to drugs and say yes to life is a slogan that we often see in advertisements and on television. Today, we have all gathered here to breathe life into this slogan. On behalf of the Goa State Legal Services Authority and the High Court of Bombay at Goa, I welcome you all to the inauguration of 30 days special campaign on drug abuse. We shall begin today's event by playing the Nalsa song in our Konkani language. Can we have the Nalsa song, please?
सगळ्यां खातीर मोरब न्यायाचे सगळ्यां खातीर अनन्यायाचो सगळ्यां खातीर विश्वास न्यायाचो सगळ्यां खातीर आमच्या ह्या भारत देशाचेर हक्क आमचोय आसा न्यायाच्या ह्या आसऱ्याचेर हक्क आमचोय बी आसा मुठभर मळबाचेर हक्क आमचोय बी आसा मुठभर मळबाचेर हक्क आमचोय बी आसा
अशें समजू नाकात दुखणें आमचें खंयच आयकचें ना आतां न्यायालय स्वता चावडे मेरेन येतलें
निराधारांक न्याय मेळटलो दुखिस्तांकय बी न्याय मेळटलो दिनदुबळ्यांकय बी न्याय मेळटलो आमच्या या भारत देशाचेर हक्क आमचोय बी आसा उमेदीच्या या फुलबागेचेर हक्क आमचोय बी आसा मुठभर मळबाचेर हक्क आमचोय बी आसा मुठभर मळबाचेर हक्क आमचोय बी आसा
गरीब आनी दुबळ्यांक फुकट तसोच घटमूट कायद्याचो पालो दिवपाक बांदील आसा विधिक्त सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा न्याय सगळ्यां खातीर
Thank you. Watering of a plant is symbolic of growth, new beginnings, and nurturing. Let us commence today's event by what we call a green inauguration. May I request honorable dignitaries on the dais to kindly proceed to water the plant. Thank you, Lordships. Our revered guests have honored us by their distinguished presence. We wish to express our joy and gratitude by presenting them a bouquet and a memento. May I request Administrative Judge of the Bombay High Court at Goa, Justice M.S. Sonak, to kindly present a bouquet to Honorable Chief Justice of India, Justice Suryakant. I also request my Lord to further present a memento, which is the traditional lamp of Goa, called Samai, to the Honorable Chief Justice of India. Thank you, my lord. I now request Shri Irshad Aga, Principal District and Sessions Judge, North Goa Menace, to present a bouquet and a memento to Honorable the Chief Minister of Goa, Dr. Pramod Sawant. I now request Ms. Shireen Paul, Principal District and Sessions Judge, South Goa, to present a bouquet and a memento to Honorable Shri Justice J.K. Maheshwari, Judge, Supreme Court of India. May I request Srimati Vijaya Amre, District Judge 1 and Additional Sessions Judge Menace, to present a bouquet and a memento to Honorable Shri Justice P.S. Narasimha, Judge, Supreme Court of India. I now request Srimati Durga Madkaikar, Judge, Fast Track POXO Court, to present a bouquet and memento to Honorable Shri Justice A. Amanullah, Judge, Supreme Court of India. May I request Srimati Vijaya Shivolkar, Presiding Officer, Industrial Tribunal Labour Court, Panji, to present a bouquet and memento to Honorable Shri Justice N. Kotishwar Singh, Judge, Supreme Court of India. I now request Sri Ram Prabhudesai, District Judge 2. I now request Shri Ram Prabhudesai, District Judge 2, and Additional Sessions Judge Margao, to present a bouquet and memento to the Honorable Chief Justice of Bombay High Court, Shri Justice Shri Chandrasekhar. May I request Srimati Sai Prabhudesai, President, Children's Court, to present a bouquet and memento to Honorable Justice Ashutosh Kumar, Chief Justice of High Court of Guwahati. May I request Srimati Apurva Nagwekar, District Judge 2 and Additional Sessions Judge Mapsa, to present a bouquet and memento to Honorable Shri Justice Sudhir Singh, Chief Justice of Patna High Court. I'm sorry, he has not come for the function. Thank you, Honorable Judges, for doing the honors. I now invite Honorable Shri Justice M.S. Sonak to kindly deliver the welcome address.
respected dignitaries on the days, of the days, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen. Our small state of Goa is one of the most beautiful states of our beloved nation. However, unfortunately, this small state has been tormented by a major menace, drug addiction and substance abuse over the last few years. Without meaning to be alarmist, we cannot but acknowledge that this menace is growing and unless determined steps are taken, threatens to destroy the core fabric of this beautiful state and its people. At the nudge of Sri Suryakant Ji, Honorable Chief Justice of India, our dynamic Chief Justice, Sri Chandrasekhar Ji, suggested that the Goa State Legal Services Authority, together with the state administration, conduct a month-long campaign to raise awareness of what could be done to contain, if not completely eradicate, this scourge of drug menace and the deleterious effect it has had on our social and economic fabric. The state administration, I am grateful to the Honorable Chief Minister, has assured us complete support. Spurred by these suggestions from such high and respectable sources, this idea of a month-long special awareness campaign was conceived and is now to be put in action. Therefore, what better personages could we have hoped to mark the beginning of this campaign than the Honorable Chief Justice of India, the Honorable Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court, and the Honorable Chief Minister. But fortunately, we have been blessed with much more by the distinguished presence of several judges of the Supreme Court of India, Chief Justice of the Patna High Court, several judges of the Bombay and other high courts who have graced this inauguration of this campaign. We welcome you all and record our profound honor and gratitude at your gracious presence and encouragement. This gathering, let us assure you, is not merely ceremonial. It marks the commencement of a collective commitment, a commitment to confront the challenge that quietly but relentlessly erodes the foundation of families, communities, and the future of our youth. When it comes to drug addiction, they say that when you can stop, you don't want to. And then there comes a stage when you want to stop, but you cannot. Therefore, we need to create awareness, especially amongst the youth and other vulnerable to addiction, about how important it is to avoid taking the first step in the wrong direction. But even if, unfortunately, some steps are taken in the wrong direction, not all is lost. Help, professional help, if necessary, is always available. This campaign will include awareness of the rehabilitation measures. Addiction is often a symptom of deeper vulnerabilities such as emotional distress, social alienation, economic uncertainty, or many a times simply lack of guidance at a crucial stage or phase in one's life. Sometimes even thrill or novelty plays a villain's role. Therefore, a purely punitive response, divorced from compassion and understanding, neither cures the affected individual nor affords any real protection to the society. The problem must be tackled on several planes. We cannot view this problem solely through the lens of criminal justice or by packing our jails with peddlers and users. We cannot simply incarcerate our way out of this problem. This problem is social, psychological, public health, and a human dignity issue. Its consequences are often invisible until they become irreversible. Therefore, our focus should be to reduce demand and prevent access to drugs. Our focus must be to recognize that addiction is often a disease of the brain, a disease that can be prevented and treated, and from which people can recover. Now, these issues need to be addressed through a sustained and structured arrangement. So, over the next 30 days, the Goa State Legal Services Authority, with the assured support of the state administration, will undertake sustained structured outreach across the state. The focus will be not only on awareness of the legal consequences, but prevention, early identification, counseling, rehabilitation, and ensuring that legal aid and institutional support are accessible without any fear, or stigma. It is true that such initiatives derive their strength not from intent alone, but from sustained guidance, institutional backing, judicial and executive leadership. We are sincerely resolved to begin this campaign with an open mind and with utmost inclusivity. While dealing with commercial exploiters with an iron fist, which is inevitable, we understand that often victims of this menace deserve a structured response tempered with understanding and humanity. Now, before I conclude, I must acknowledge that there will be some who will say that this campaign is too little and too late. Now, they may be right or they may be wrong. There may be those who blame the past strategies or the future action plans. But a well-informed and well-intentioned debate is always welcome in a vibrant democracy. But in the perpetual fight between the past and the future, we cannot afford to lose the present. Maybe the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the next best is now. So we cannot let it pass. Let us not be bogged down by criticism or skepticism. In this campaign, let us go all the way and march with confidence in our good cause. Good tidings and change for the better will meet us if our efforts are dedicated and sincere. With this hope and faith, I once again extend a respectful welcome to all the dignitaries and invitees present here today. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your blessings. They are indeed energizing and overwhelming. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my lord. It is now my honor to request Honorable Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court and the Patron-in-Chief of Goa State Legal Services Authority, Honorable Shri Justice Shri Chandrasekhar, to kindly present the keynote address.
Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Honorable Shri Justice Sujkan Sam, Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Samant, Honorable Judges of the Honorable Supreme Court of India, Honorable Justice J.K. Maheshwari ji, Honorable Justice P.S. Narasimha ji, Honorable Justice Amanullah ji, Honorable Justice N. Koteswar Singh Sam, Chief Justice Guwahati High Court, my brother and sister judges from other high courts, Registrar General, registry members, esteemed members of the bar, officers from Goa administration, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. This is a moment of great honor for the Maharashtra Judicial Academy, Maharashtra Judiciary, Goa Legal Services Authority and the people of Goa, that today His Lordship, Honorable the Chief Justice of India, is present here amongst us. His Lordship's visit to Goa shall be remembered also for a special reason, that this is perhaps the first time that any Honorable Chief Justice of India has launched the war against drug abuse. Born on 10th February 1962 at Hisar in a middle-class family, His Lordship was appointed the youngest Advocate General of Haryana on 7th July 2000 and designated as Senior Advocate in March 2001. His Lordship held the office of Advocate General Haryana till his elevation as a permanent judge of the Punjab and Haryana High Court on January 9th, 2004. His Lordship's contribution as a judge, as a Chief Justice, as a judge of the Supreme Court of India, and as the Chief Justice of India have significantly impacted the legal system in India. This is really not possible to describe how eminently His Lordship performs the functions of a judge. And I can only say that through the judgments, His Lordship has shown in-depth knowledge of law and exemplary courage as a judge. My Lord's commitment to upholding justice and his unwavering dedication to the rule of law has brought significant differences in the lives of countless individuals. The legal services movement in the country has received a new impetus under the directions of His Lordship. His Lordship's tireless efforts as the chairperson of Supreme Court Legal Services Committee and NALSA for ensuring a speedy, effective, and wholesome legal services to every needy of the society and every downtrodden is laudable and deserves our deepest respect. I am sure that I shall receive the concurrence of everyone present here that His Lordship embodies natural dignity and simplicity without any artificial affections. My respect to and thanks to Honorable Chief Minister also for coming here. My deep respect to the Honorable Supreme Court judges, all my brothers and sisters, dignitaries. When we talk about drug abuse, this is not merely a problem of law enforcement. It is a social crisis, a public health emergency, and a moral challenge that demands collective introspection and coordinated action. When drugs infiltrate a society, it erodes self-discipline, distorts priorities, and weakens the moral compass. Addiction damages relationships, undermines productivity, and often pushes individuals towards crime and antisocial behavior. It is important to emphasize that drug abuse is not a cultural trait of Goa. It is an external influence that has gradually penetrated the social fabric. Recognizing this distinction is essential, both to avoid communities from being stigmatized and to focus attention on meaningful solutions. The most distressing aspect of drug abuse is its impact on young people. A society that fails to protect its youth from addiction risks losing not only its workforce, but also its leadership, creativity, and innovation. Drug abuse is never an individual's problem alone. It is a family crisis. Parents experience guilt, helplessness, and social stigma. Siblings grow up amid anxiety and uncertainty. Financial resources are drained out due to medical treatment, legal complications, and loss of income. Emotional bonds weaken, and families often face isolation due to fear of social judgment. Drug abuse strikes at the very foundation of a healthy, cooperative society. The government of Goa and the Goa police have taken firm and decisive steps to combat drug trafficking and abuse. Enhanced surveillance, special task forces, intelligence-driven operations, and a strict enforcement of NDPS Act have resulted in major seizures and arrests in recent past. I congratulate the Chief Minister for taking these effective steps. These efforts sent a clear message that the state does not tolerate narcotics-related activities. However, enforcement alone cannot provide a lasting solution. Education remains the most powerful tool in combating drug abuse. Awareness programs should be conducted in schools, colleges, and communities. Anti-narcotics initiatives, including collaborations with educational institutions, have synthesized thousands of students. Helplines and counseling services have been promoted for early intervention and mental health support. Awareness programs must go beyond fear-based messages. Students must be equipped with accurate information, life skills, emotional resilience, stress management techniques, and the confidence to refuse peer pressure. The fight against drug abuse cannot be left to authorities alone. Communities must take ownership. Above all, there must be a shared understanding that the fight against drug abuse is a collective responsibility. I once again thank you all. My deepest respect to Honorable the Chief Justice of India, the Honorable Judges, the Chief Minister, my esteemed sister and brother judges from Bombay High Court and other high courts, thank you.
Our next guest has authored landmark judgments on NDPS Act that have been cited before us in our day-to-day court work. It is my honor and privilege to request Honorable Justice J.K. Maheshwari to kindly address the gathering.
A very good evening, everyone. Brother Justice Shurikan, Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Honorable the Chief Minister of the State, Mr. Dr. Sawant, Brother Judges, Justice Narsimha, Justice Amanullah, Justice Koteshwar Singh, and the Chief Justice of the Mumbai High Court, Justice Chandrasekhar, all the judges of Mumbai High Court and other high courts present here, the respected dignitaries, esteemed colleagues from the bar and bench, member of the Goa State Legal Services Authority and Judiciary, panel OES, panel legal volunteers, gracious ladies and gentlemen. I am deeply honored and to address this august gathering on the occasion of launching 30-day special awareness campaign on drug abuse, drugs menace to society. Friends, if there is one thing we all believe in, it is that every young life has a future. Every family carries hope, and every community possesses the strength to endure and reform. Just as Sonak said that it is late, I say a good start is never late. It's a right start. Friends, why this awareness? We know we have data what is happening here. The question is, we can control by the legislation. Court can handle the crimes, punish the persons. But why this awareness beyond enforcement? Legislation is vital to deter trafficking, dismantle illegal networks, and penalizing those who profit them suffering of others. But laws must be complemented by education, community engagement, prevention, and compassion. Young minds need to be informed. Parents and teachers equipped to identify early signs of substance misuse. Communities' mobilization to foster resilient environments and individual suffering with addiction must be offered as a treatment for rehabilitation. Justice is not limited to the four walls of the courtroom. In fact, if we see the spirit of the Constitution, Article 39A, it provides that justice must be for all. So how it can be when the families are going in distress? Can it be justice? No. We know that issues of prevention is better than cure. So we are discussing today on preventions, how we can. We know Nasha Mukti Adhiniyam has been brought. Benefits are there. But we are not going on that. We are thinking this situation of Nasha Mukti should not come before us. Our India's vision is a drug-free future. How we can. The High Courts, Legal Services Authority and the government is at the first stage to do of all this. I thought this 30 days program may reach to young people in their own language in which they understand. We should empower the parents, teachers, community leaders to act early on the issues, strengthen coordination between law enforcement health services and civil society, promote awareness of rehabilitation of the facilities and legal safeguards. Friends, my humble request is, may this campaign become a catalyzer for sustaining action, strengthening our resolve to protect our youth, support recovery, and uphold the rule of law. Thank you. I want to beg a pardon from all of you who are sitting here that I have to pick up my flight. Kindly excuse me if I leave. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my lord. With Lordship's permission, we shall proceed. The Honorable Chief Minister of Goa has always inspired the judiciary to scale greater heights and take up new challenges by providing state-of-art infrastructure to us. I humbly request Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Dr. Pramod Sawant, to kindly address the gathering.
Good evening, friends. For the inauguration of the 30-day special awareness campaign on the drug abuse, drugs, a menace to the society, Honorable Chief Justice of India, Justice Suryakant ji, Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court of India, Honorable Judges of the High Courts, Member of the Bar and Bench, the ladies and gentlemen. Drug abuse is not a private problem. It is a serious social danger. It harms the health, break families, fuel crimes, and steal the future of our youth. Goa is known for its beauty, peace, and strong cultural values. We cannot allow the drug to destroy this identity. The drug abuse damages the mind and the body. It weakens the judgment and pushes the people towards the risky behavior, violence, and crime. When the young person fall into the addiction, the pain spreads to parents, siblings, friends, and society at large. The dreams are lost, the careers are ruined, and lives are cut short. This is why the drugs are rightly called the menace to society. Our children are the strength of Goa. They are our students, athletes, artists, the workers, and a future leader. Drugs steals their potential and turn promises into pain. As a responsible government, we cannot remain silent. We must act firmly, and we are doing so. The government of Goa has taken a firm step to stop the drug abuse. We have made our law enforcement stronger and given a full support to anti-narcotic cell to act quickly and effectively. The regular raids are carried out. The drug sellers are arrested and their networks are broken. We follow a strict zero tolerance policy. Whether it is a small dealer or a big gang, anyone involved in the drugs will be dealt with strictly under the law. We are also working closely with the central agencies such as the Coast Guard, Custom, and other enforcement agencies. Our coastline is being watched carefully. The surveillance has been increased. The steps are being taken to stop the drugs from entering our state through better coordinations and the use of technology, and we are trying to stay the one step ahead of this and who harm our society. At the same time, the strict action alone is not enough. Awareness and prevention are just as important. This 30-day special awareness campaign organized by Goa State Legal Service Authority is very good and timely efforts. It will greatly help in controlling the problem of drugs. Such campaigns spread awareness, helps the people to understand the danger of drugs and encourage them to seek the help to the right time. We are also conducting the awareness programs in school and colleges. The students are being educated about the harmful effect of drugs. We encourage them to talk openly, make the right choice, and ask for help when needed. Teachers, parents, and counselors are all being involved because the prevention starts at home and in classroom. The government is also encouraging the sports, cultural activity, and positive involvement of youth. When young people are busy studying, playing sports, or taking part in creative activities, they are stay away from these bad habits. We support the sports club, cultural group, and community programs that give the young people healthy option and self-confidence. We also understand that drug addiction is a health problem. Many people want to come out of it and to start the new life. They need a support, not blame. The recovery is possible. A new beginning is always possible. To those struggling, I want to say the help is available. Society also has an important role to play. The parents must talk to their children. The friends must care for one another. The teachers must guide and listen. The communities must remain alert. The silence allows the drugs to grow, but the awareness stops them. If you see something wrong, speak up. If you something needs help, reach out. Fighting drug abuse is a shared duty. It is the duty of the government, family, institutions, and every citizen. Let us work together to protect our youth, to strengthen our society, and secure the future of Goa. The Honorable PM says it is a Nasha Mukta Bharat, Vikasit Bharat 2047. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. We now move to the most coveted moment of today's evening, that is the release of SOP on 30 days special awareness campaign through the auspicious hands of Honorable the Chief Justice of India. I request Honorable dignitaries on the dais to kindly release the SOPs. Thank you. Drug-free India is not a dream, but an achievable reality, has been the vision of our chief guest, who has been spearheading such campaigns against narcotic drugs all over the country. Epitome of humility and fountainhead of wisdom. It is my honor and privilege to request Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Shri Justice Surya Kant, to kindly address the gathering.
Dr. Pramod Sawant, Honorable the Chief Minister of Goa, my brother judges from the Supreme Court of India, Justice J.K. Maheshwari in absentia, Justice Narasimha, Justice Ehsanuddin Amanullah, Justice N. Koteshwar Singh, Justice Sri Chandrasekhar, Honorable the Chief Justice, High Court of Bombay, and Patron-in-Chief of the Goa State Legal Service Authority, Chief Justice Ashutosh Kumar, High Court of Guwahati, Justice Revati, Justice M.S. Sonak, Administrative Judge, High Court of Bombay, Justice S.V. Kotwal, Judge, High Court of Bombay and Executive Chairperson of the Goa State Legal Service Authority, very distinguished judges of the High Court of Bombay and various other high courts who have also graced this occasion, Honorable former judges of the Bombay High Court, Registrar General, Member Secretary, Principal District Judges, and other judicial officers of the State of Goa and High Court of Bombay, officers from the Supreme Court establishment, senior functionaries of the Government of Goa, members of the legal fraternity, senior advocates, members of the bar, distinguished academicians, ladies and gentlemen, my dear students and friends from media. When one stands on a platform like this in a hall graced by the young students, teachers, parents, public officials, and members of the legal fraternity, one is reminded of a simple truth. Namely, the issue we are to address does not belong to any one institution. It is not the concern of the police alone, or of the courts, or even the families alone. This issue belongs to all of us. The very diversity of this gathering tells me something important, that the problem of substance abuse is not confined to files and statistics, but is present in our neighborhoods, our classrooms, and at times within our own homes also. Ladies and gentlemen, Goa has always been a society at ease with the world. For centuries, this land has welcomed traders, travelers, musicians, and ideas from far beyond its shores. It has absorbed them with confidence rather than fear. Make no mistake, that very openness has shaped Goa's distinctive rhythm, its culture, its music, and its quiet sense of balance. It is an openness that has enriched Goa, and one that continues to draw people from across India and indeed the world. The presence of millions of tourists who have come from within and outside the country fortifies what I say before you. Yet those of us with the benefit of experience on our side know that for openness to remain a strength, it must be accompanied by vigilance. Every society that welcomes the world must also learn to recognize what threatens it. It is against that sobering backdrop that we must speak honestly about substance abuse as we stand at the cusp of inaugurating this novel and noble month-long anti-drug initiative. I congratulate the High Court of Bombay, the Goa Bench, and the Goa State Legal Service Authority for initiating this very important and timely task. Drug use is no longer a theoretical concern, nor is it merely a category within criminal law. It is reality that unfolds quietly in ordinary lives. It enters homes without warning, often without immediate consequence, and reveals its damage only after it has taken firm root. Moreover, in its early stages, it is rarely driven by malice. It may begin, as Justice Sonak pointed out, with curiosity, experimentation, peer influence, or the belief that one can step away at will. But addiction is rarely contained. What starts as a private act soon exacts a public cost on families, on education, on livelihoods, and ultimately on the institutions that hold our society together. It is this widening circle of harm rather than the initial act itself that should concern us most. The implications of our young people, for them particularly, is troubling. As you are all well aware, India's future, in no smaller measure, rests on the strength, judgment, and resilience of its youth. We are a nation that pins its hopes on having, in a decade or so, the largest and very empowered young human resource. I say so, this because today we commemorate Veer Bal Divas, a heroic reminder of our nation's history that defined by the supreme sacrifices of its youth. As you remember, Guru Gobind Singh's two sons made supreme sacrifice, but they refused to compromise or surrender or succumb under the atrocities committed by the then regime on them. Their bravery remains the foundation upon which we continue to build a stronger and more fortified India. Just as those young heroes bravely defended our motherland, today's youth must take up a different kind of struggle, a decisive war against drugs and substance abuse. By overcoming the shadow, we honor their legacy and ensure the future of our nation remains bright and resilient. But we also understand and acknowledge that youth is the most vulnerable stage of life. It is a time of uncertainty, of testing limits, of searching for direction. When that search coincides with easy access to substances, the slide can be swift. What begins as choice gradually hardens into habit. What is embraced as freedom quietly turns into dependence. By the time loss of control is recognized, the cost has often already been paid. Goa's own lived wisdom offers a powerful reminder in this regard. Along the Konkan coast, there is a shared understanding that the sea is generous to those who respect its rhythm, but unforgiving to those who underestimate its force. Substance abuse operates in much the same way. It creates the illusion of control even as it steadily takes control away. It appears manageable until it is not. It is precisely because the challenge is so complex and its consequences are so far-reaching that we who are gathered here today are sometimes not understand it. Not for a symbolic inauguration, but for sustained engagement over the coming months is what the initial and the initiative taken by the different stakeholders that matters a lot. This initiative recognizing an important truth that substance abuse cannot be addressed through isolated responses. It demands a collective effort, one that involves families, educators, health professionals, communities, and institutions working in concert. Within this larger framework, the law has a role to play, but it is not the only choice or the voice, nor should it be the first response in every case. When the law does not enter this picture, it must do so with care and clarity. The criminal justice system is often viewed solely as an apparatus of punishment. That perception, however, does not fully reflect our constitutional values or the deeper tradition of Indian jurisprudence. Our legal system has long acknowledged that justice is not served by punishment alone, particularly where human frailty, youth, and social vulnerability are involved. Indian criminal justice system, especially in matters concerning addiction, has therefore evolved with a conscious reformatory orientation, one that seeks not only to ensure wrongdoing and censor it very strongly, but to prevent its repetition and restore individuals to the social mainstream where possible. Our legal framework, therefore, draws a very clear and deliberate distinction. Those who traffic in narcotics, who organize supply chains, who profit from human vulnerability, these are not victims of circumstances. They are perpetrators of serious harm. For such actors, the law must speak firmly, decisively, and without hesitation. Society cannot afford ambiguity when faced with organized exploitation. But the law's response must be different when it encounters a first-time user, a student, or a young adult struggling with dependency. In such cases, the central question is no longer only one of culpability. It becomes a question of recovery. Punishment by itself cannot be the end. Justice must ask whether it is merely closing a case or preserving a future that might otherwise be lost. Dear friends, this approach is not leniency, it is realism. Addiction cannot be legislated out of existence. It can only be confronted through a calibrated balance of deterrence, treatment, and social reintegration. This is precisely where institutions beyond the courtroom become indispensable. Legal service authorities across the country have steadily expanded their role from providers of legal aid to facilitators of social justice. Through awareness initiatives, trained paralegal volunteers, outreach in schools and colleges, and linkages with medical and counseling services. These efforts are not incidental. They are central to ensuring that justice remains accessible, humane, and responsive. Goa's initiative reflects this understanding. Its emphasis on convergence between schools, families, health professionals, recovered individuals, local institutions, and legal services all recognizes a simple truth, namely, no single institution can address substance abuse alone. Prevention requires coordination and recovery requires continuity. Where institutions act in isolation, gaps emerge and addiction finds space to grow. Where they act together, the response becomes preventive rather than reactive, compassionate rather than punitive. As this campaign begins today, let it stand as a reaffirmation of a simple but enduring principle that justice in India can be firm without being cruel and compassionate without being naive. The true measure of our success will not lie in the number of events held or pledges taken, but in the lives quietly redirected, the silence broken, and the futures reclaimed. I hope to return among you at the valedictory a month from now to reflect not merely on activities completed, but on momentum created and on a collective response that has deepened rather than faded with time. If this initiative succeeds in reaching even one young person before addiction takes hold, or in guiding one family towards timely help, it will have served a purpose worthy of our great constitutional ethos. There is an old saying, often attributed to Rashtrapita Mahatma Gandhi, that, and I quote, "The future depends on what we do in the present." The task before us is demanding, but it is not beyond us. Let's remember, a drug-free society will not be built by enforcement alone. It will be built by awareness, early intervention, institutional cooperation, and the quiet courage to act before it is too late. I commend all those who have worked to bring this initiative to life, especially the Goa State Legal Service Authority, and I wish it every success in the weeks ahead. But before I conclude, I wish to offer my heartfelt condolences regarding the recent tragedies in Arpora, Goa. We mourn the loss of many young lives, individuals who were there to enjoy a well-earned break, as well as those working hard to support their families. This is a profound loss for their loved ones and a tragedy for our entire nation. Thank you for inviting me and allowing me to share my views on it. Thank you.
Thank you, my Lord, for the thought-provoking and inspiring address. We stand guided to walk on the path shown to us by my Lord. We come to the end of today's inauguration. I invite Honorable Justice S.V. Kotwal, Judge, High Court of Bombay and Executive Chairperson of Goa State Legal Services Authority to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
As we mark the conclusion of this event, I take this opportunity on behalf of all of us here to express our gratitude towards the collective efforts of all of those who have made this day possible. At the outset, we would like to express our profound gratitude to His Lordship, Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Shri Justice Surya Kanji, for having honored us by accepting our invitation and gracing this occasion. His Lordship in his speech has highlighted the need for adopting a holistic approach in launching this crusade against drug menace, and particularly has emphasized on sustained engagement that is more important. We assure you, my Lord, that we shall move forward guided by your words. It was His Lordship's initiative to launch this campaign to spread awareness. The first step is always the most important step, and we are taking this step today on the path shown by His Lordship. I express my gratitude towards Honorable the Chief Minister of Goa, Shri Pramod Sawant, who kindly consented to be part of this inaugural function today. We assure that judiciary along with government bodies will serve to eradicate the menace of drugs in the state of Goa. I convey our sincere gratitude to Honorable Lordships of the Honorable Supreme Court of India, Honorable Mr. Justice J.K. Maheshwari for his guidance, Honorable Mr. Justice P.S. Narasimha, Honorable Mr. Justice Asanuddin Amanullah, Honorable Shri Justice N. Kotishwar Singh for their gracious presence today. I express our deep and sincere thanks to the Honorable Chief Justice of Bombay High Court, Shri Chandrasekharji. Sir, without your progressive vision and constant encouragement, this event would not have taken place. I also thank Honorable Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court, Shri Justice Ashutosh Kumar. We are honored by the presence of Honorable Srimati Justice Revati Mohite Dere, and we thank you for your precious time and to be part of this function. We are also extremely grateful to our own Honorable Justice Mahesh Sonak, who has worked hard for success of this function and for this initiative. His meticulous guidance has helped us throughout. I thank my honorable brother and sister judges of Bombay High Court, Patna High Court, Madhya Pradesh, Guwahati and Telangana High Court for your benevolent presence. I thank all the former judges of this High Court who are present today. I take this opportunity to extend our gratitude to the esteemed members of the audience consisting of senior members of bar and other my friends from the bar, judicial officers, High Court Registry, Supreme Court Registry, police personnel, media, students for participating in large numbers despite of the holiday season. Last but not the least, my special appreciation goes to the organizing committee, staff and volunteers for their dedicated efforts, meticulous planning and smooth coordination throughout the program. Thank you.
My Lord, I request all to kindly rise for the national anthem.
मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I request honorable dignitaries to proceed.